good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday. We're here to open your mind. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we are here to open your mind, body, mind, soul, all of the above. And I know that you all are all going to do that on this Sunday, April 3rd, because I need everyone to take a 90-minute drive from New Orleans, or just a 30-minute drive from the Baton Rouge Airport to St. Francisville, Louisiana, to visit the Bluffs Conference and Golf Resort. It is showcasing its annual, well, I shouldn't say that. I should say it the way it's said here. They are celebrating their first annual community showcase. So they're inviting each and every one of you, and they're especially inviting realtors. They want you to come and enjoy a jazz brunch at the clubhouse, a tour of homes. They have all new properties and developments that are hitting the market and are available. You'll be introduced to all the activities that the Bluffs has to offer for golfers and non-golfers alike, because, you know, I like to drive the cart. Mm-hmm. But they have all kind of stuff to do. They have 2 swimming pools. I can swim. They have tennis courts, a chapel if you want to have a wedding. You know, they have a lodge for overnight guests if you have a conference or a retreat for your business. They have a 5K walking trail, a pro golf shop because you know you need to look good. And, of course, they have the 19th hole. You know, that's where you chill, have a drink after you've had after you hit your balls in here, there, and everywhere. You've hit them in the bluff, literally. Mm-hmm. So make sure you go to thebluffs.com. Come enjoy and relax and enjoy their first annual showcase. It is at the Bluffs Conference Center in St. Francisville, Louisiana. Y'all, it is off Highway 61. It's 90 minutes from New Orleans, 30 minutes from Baton Rouge. It is the perfect getaway. It is this Sunday, April 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You do not want to miss it. The Bluffs Conference and Golf Resort. It's the first annual showcase, and it is a paradise in the woods. So make sure you get out there. And for all of y'all who are wondering, like, where's St. Francisville? If you can picture Louisiana, It's like literally in the corner of the L. And for all of you all that like to, go out to the Angola Rodeo, it's the same. You travel the same way, route, except here's the deal. It's closer than Angola, so you get off before then. So that is a good life. Make sure that you go out and support those because their managing partner looks just like you and me.
There you go.
Yeah, so we need to make sure that we, support those in our community. So it's the Bluff Conference Center and Golf Resort. They're having their first annual community showcase Sunday, April 3rd, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That means if you leave your house by 8:30, you're there by 10. Okay. It's all good. See, it's easy. It's an easy drive. You leave at 10, you're there by 11:30. See,
so I'm just riding with you. So
you just what?
Huh? What happened?
Okay, you know what? I like you enough.
See?
Bashan Jordan of Tiger Rock NOLA, of course I like him. He's my partner in pain. We were talking about waist exercises this morning and, how to keep my body together, literally, because we're going to be talking today about, our bone health. We're going to be talking about receiving compliments. Do you take compliments easily? Exactly. That's exactly. See, you can even respond. And then self-acceptance. So we're going to have a fun conversation today. We're going to open your mind to living differently in the world. And so we have our partner in health, Doc Griggs, on the line this morning because he is in Baton Rouge. Doc Griggs, welcome to The Good Life.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. What are you doing in Baton Rouge?
I'm with STEM NOLA at the BRCC, commissioned us for over spring break. We're teaching about 50 kids about the heart. Yesterday we taught them about solar energy and renewable energy, and today is Rocket and Car Day, and it's been a blast.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. It's definitely it's not rocket science, but it's close enough. Ooh.
Oh, you're on it this morning. You're on it. Well, something that is rocket science, or which is why we have, our partner in health and our partner in keeping our body in shape. We have the two of you together, especially for this conversation, because eating right for bone health basically comes down to 2 nutrients, calcium and vitamin D. And calcium is a mineral that is essential to proper body function, and it's stored in your bones. And the body needs vitamin D to absorb calcium. So not getting enough calcium in your diet can lead to fragile, brittle bones that are more prone to fractures and disease. And I'm sure, Bashan's, you see people who deal with this, who are trying to work out and exercise and like, oop, that's not working. And then Dr. Griggs, you're trying to, make sure that never happens by making sure that they eat properly. So how important is calcium and vitamin D in our diet? And then we're going to go into the foods that you can, make sure are in your diet so you don't have these problems. Dr. Griggs?
Yeah. Calcium and vitamin D supplementation are really, well, not supplementation, but actually intake are really they're important. Vitamin D, the best way to get vitamin D, the best way to get vitamin D is to go outside. Go outside and get in the sun. Convert vitamin D to an active form that can be actually used. And, outside of the different, and we'll get into the different sources of calcium because a lot of them are surprising. It's not just milk. Is exercise, weight training, weight bearing, strength exercises, building your bones. The more support that you give by building the muscles around it, the stronger the bones can get.
So Bashan, see Doc Griggs?
Yeah.
I like your segue.
Yeah, so, smooth in there.
Exactly, slide it
right
in.
on point today, I see him.
So Bashan, what type of exercises should we be doing to keep our muscles strong, to keep our bones together?
Eileen, I gotta say it.
Oh God.
Taekwondo. There you go. All right, I'm good.
We should be doing Taekwondo at Tiger Rock Nola.
There you
go, Baton. There you go.
The full body workout. No, seriously. But that is one. Actually, any type of full body workout helps. You want to build up all your bones and your body. But one good way to do it, if you're big into weightlifting, is deadlifts. Because deadlifts, what that does is actually it strengthens up pretty much works on every part of your body, your legs, your back, your core, your upper body, everything.
The stuff you had me doing the other day?
Yeah, there you go. So, see, I told you. And, but, deadlifts is a good way. And I showed you that video of the lady. She was like 60 years old. She's doing that. She's probably deadlifting more.
We have to post it on the Good Life Radio Show. Make sure you follow us on social media.
Dr. Chris, you saw that video of the lady?
That was an Uptown Funk lady, 60 years old on Ellen.
Yeah, she was like deadlifting like, I don't know, like 200-some pounds or something like
lady.
that.
Holy smokes, Batman.
Man.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That was amazing. So if she can do it, none of us as listeners have any excuse as to why that we can't, get checked, get fit, get moving, and make sure, if you have any questions about working out or you need some guidance, make sure you reach out to Bashan Jordan at Tiger Rock Nola. And Bashan, how can they do that?
You can call me at 504-831-1110. That's 504-831-1110. 1110, or you can follow us on Facebook. You can just find Tiger Rock New Orleans on Facebook, and we'll be there. So, yeah, come on in and try it out.
Besides, I have a question. I do have a question. A lot of us, some people don't like necessarily lifting weights.
Yes,
and
sir.
When I say weight bearing, there are a number of things that you can do to get that same effect without joining a gym and without doing a deadlift. And I think those are the ones that when you demonstrate, and Eileen demonstrates.
Yeah.
Eileen, remember when we did the sitting on the wall?
Sitting on the wall. I was just about to say that, yeah.
I am not sitting on the wall today.
But the
I did it for 5 minutes.
Your core exercises, so that's your planks, that's your
We
squats. You're sitting against the wall that's like the old, basketball drill where the coach used to make you just sit there and you have to stay there for about an hour until your legs fall off. That's the one. So, yeah.
What about push-ups?
Push-ups, planks. We talked about not doing sit-ups. Why? Because, all that does is just builds the muscles underneath the fat. So, but in combining, different leg exercises after you do a push-up. So, you get you to, just do jumping jacks, push-ups.
All the old school stuff. Remember the presidential physical fitness test?
Yeah.
All that stuff works.
Just a simple thing.
Standing up 10 times.
Being like Dr. Griggs and hula hoop for a while, be a hula hoop king,
7 calories a minute burn doing that.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into some of the foods or food and drink that actually you can make sure that you implement in your diet so that you can live the good life and, make sure that your calcium and your vitamin D are on point and make sure that your bones are healthy. Number one was Milk, imagine that. 1 cup of milk has about 30% of the calcium that you need daily, according to the National Institutes of Health Office of Dietary Supplements. On top of that, the milk that is sold in stores is typically fortified with vitamin D, making it a double whammy when it comes to bone health. The next item is dark leafy greens. Imagine that. Dark leafy greens such as kale, arugula, watercress, and collard greens are perhaps the best non-dairy sources of calcium. Although spinach is usually included in this group, it contains oxalic acid, which makes the human body unable to absorb its calcium. Little tidbits you get on The Good Life. Next up is salmon. Vitamin D is rarely found in nature. However, fatty fish such as salmon are probably the best source out there. 1 serving of salmon will provide you all the vitamin D you need in a day. Canned salmon includes the softer, edible bones of the fish, meaning it's loaded with calcium. And this is one that I'm sure everyone in the Gulf region will love. Because I didn't know that until I read this article. And this is on healthline.com. Catfish. They said while we're on fish, you can't go wrong with catfish. It's perhaps the least expensive variety of fish and also one of the highest in vitamin D. Doc Griggs, really?
Yeah, so, I thought when you said the Gulf South, I thought you were going to say white beans. White beans and black-eyed peas are really, really great sources of calcium as well.
Eat your beans. Well, we eat our red beans, we eat our catfish, so I think we should all be pretty good in all those areas, especially past right. We do.
Right.
We do.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, these are some of the ones that I think most of us will probably know. Cheese. It's pretty simple. Cheese is made from milk. Milk has lots of calcium. Ergo, cheese has lots of calcium. With a variety of to choose from, mozzarella is particularly high in calcium. For a healthier option, try cheese made from skim milk because we want y'all to still live the good life. And almonds, y'all, of all the tree nuts you can find at the grocery store, almonds have the highest amount of calcium per serving. So you can get the same calcium benefits from like maybe almond butter. Kind of be a little bit creative with it. You can always, try something new. And something that I've put in my diet probably in the last couple of years, yogurt. Yogurt is the ancient culinary product dating back as far as 2000 BC. Due to yogurt's preparation process, the dietary staple actually contains significantly more calcium than the milk from which it's made. 1 8-ounce serving of low-fat yogurt provides a full 42% of your daily calcium needs, according to the ODS. And I wanted to give you, a couple more. Tuna. Tuna is another fatty fish loaded with healthy vitamin D. It also contains high amounts of other beneficial nutrients like potassium, magnesium, and omega fatty acids. And, 2 more. Sorry, I keep saying more. Anyway, eggs. Good news for breakfast lovers. Eggs contains a nice amount of vitamin D and can improve your bone health. Vitamin D is found in the yolks only, though. So if you tend to eat egg white omelets, you have to get right.
Egg.
Yes.
Eat the whole
Doc Griggs, what is the deal with that?
Eat the whole egg.
People say that all the time, but I've heard, you get varying reports of the issues with eggs, but you're saying eat the whole egg.
No, yes, because very little of your cholesterol is affected by your diet. I mean, that's a whole other topic. Dietary cholesterol, it has very minimal effect on your actual cholesterol. It's a lot of other things. Eat the whole egg.
Eat the egg, y'all. Eat the egg.
Mm-hmm.
Eat the cake.
Eat the egg.
Even in your yakami. Even in
your yakami.
Yes.
Absolutely. And this is one that I love to see on the list. And I know, listeners, I'm sure that you have some ideas of some ideas of foods as well. So make sure you give us a call. But this is one of my favorites. This is Aiden's favorite vegetable. I'm not kidding. We could eat it every night. Broccoli. Of all the non-dairy sources of calcium out there, broccoli is second to dark leafy greens. And broccoli isn't the only bone healthy. It's an excellent source of vitamin C, fiber, nutrients that contain cancer-fighting properties. Eat your broccoli. Doc Griggs?
Eat the broccoli.
Eat the broccoli. We have Cajun Larry online, too. Cajun Larry, welcome to The Good Life. How are you? We are here on Wellness Wednesday.
Hey, good morning. I got a couple of questions real quick. I'm going to hang up and listen to the answer in a few minutes.
Okay.
But basically, I do go to my cardiologist. I'm a patient of triple bypass, so the doctor said I was born with small arteries, and then some say that I've been eating too much fatty foods such as shrimp, lobster, crawfish. They also said too much calcium is not good for you. So they said you need to get off of that and a whole egg, like an egg yolk.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what they put me on. You can't have that no more because that's going to block your arteries, in particular calcium. So I'm going to hang up and listen and see what you got on that, okay?
Thank you so much, Larry. That's a great question.
The interesting thing, the first thing is that I'm glad you called Mr. Larry. Mr. Larry has a specific medical condition that says that his metabolism might be different than someone else's. There are certain things with people with dietary restrictions that just can't follow. Me being allergic to seafood, I can't eat tuna, can't eat salmon, I can't eat nuts either, so I can't eat almonds. So of course you want to go to your doctor. These guidelines are just for basically for the general healthy population, and any changes in your diet, particularly if you want to go calcium heavy, and that's the other thing that I want to talk about. I don't want people to start eating a bone health diet. I want to know what I want them to color up their plates and eat things that will give them the recommended daily allowance of calcium and vitamin D and potassium and everything that they normally should be getting. But most importantly, I mean, this is Wellness Wednesday. Part of it is, we need to be mindful of what we eat. We talk about mindfulness all the time. Mm-hmm. The other thing is that we need to move. We need to get outside. If you want to eat that salmon, go outside, get in the sun. There was a last week that we talked about going outside, the benefits of walking in nature.
Yes, I'm going to do it today.
That's a very, very good point. A lot of people have problems with calcium. There's storage diseases. There's all kinds of things that go on. So listen to your doctor. But life is about balance, right?
Right.
We talk about it all the time.
Because too much of anything can be bad, right?
Mindful.
Too much of anything can be bad. So make sure that you reach out to your doctor if you have any specific, health issues, because that is the good life, and making sure that you're taking care of mind, body, and soul. So we are going to take a quick break, but Bashan, you were looking very fit today.
Thank you. I try.
You weren't supposed to just take the compliment.
I wish I was there to say that.
Doc Griggs, you're sounding very intelligent today.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to leave that alone. Don't play, Eileen. Don't play.
Can you take a compliment? Well, we're going to find out when we get back.
What color is the water?
It's clear.
You know what?
If I didn't eat my greens, I will drink them. It's all good.
Clear.
Because that is a good life.
That is simply awesome. I so compliment you for drinking clear water. That's awesome.
Well, we're going to see it. Can you take a compliment and how it really does, affect your psyche. We'll find out about all of those things when we get back. This is Wellness Wednesday, y'all. Open your mind.
You might think it's just another day, but at Metro Disposal, this is our day. For more than 25 years, Metro Disposal has been a vital resource for waste management in our community. With state-of-the-art equipment and technology, we are committed to providing a cleaner, safer, healthier environment. This is our community. This is Metro Disposal.
This is Jonathan Wilson, president of 100 Black Men of New Orleans. 100 Black Men is an organization dedicated to the development of our youth with the objective of making them self-reliant, independent thinkers committed to excellence. We mentor young men and women to be productive citizens. 100 Black Men supports health and wellness initiatives and promotes economic empowerment for our people. We call for the unification of public schools as a first step in ensuring quality education for our children. We urge you to join with us to make sure that New Orleanians control the destiny of our youth and that policies are created to ensure transparency, equity, and accountability for all. A true story of resilience should conclude with a single high-performing school district governed by local citizens. Contact the 100 Black Men at 208-9337 to join our efforts. Thank you.
Frederick Douglass wrote, "It is easier to raise healthy children than to fix broken men." This is why Lil Dizzy's Cafe chooses to salute the 120 men of the Silverback Society for investing in themselves and leading the next generation of boys to a more respected, capable, and responsible manhood. Currently working with over 500 boys in 17 elementary schools in New Orleans, plus one in Biloxi, the Silverback Society's mission is to make sure every boy gets guests to learn the principles, methods, and pride of real manhood before entering high school. Founded in 2007 by Arthur Wadsworth and Lloyd Dennis, the Silverback Society has men from all walks of life, walking the walk, saturating our community with boys who are trained to think about and prepare for tomorrow. Lil Dizzy's Cafe is proud to acknowledge the leadership of these regular men who are doing extraordinary things. Together, this celebrated moment brought to you by Lil Dizzy's Cafe.
Hi, this is Janae Pierre, co-host of The Grapevine with Grill and Banks. Today we'll be talking to Orleans Parish Clerk of Criminal District Court, Arthur Morrell, at 4:30. Tune in or log in at
Tune in to Up to Date here on WBOK 1230 AM. Up to Date is a daily show that covers the day's top events and how they affect you. I'm John Slade, and I'll be your host for Up to Date, airing Monday through Friday at noon on WBOK 1230 AM. Real talk for real times.
Initiating facts with tremendous impact. WBOK by Habibullah Salim, building self-esteem. Initiating facts, paving the way. Initiating facts, WBOK, bringing relief, that which we need. Empowering families taught to succeed. Economics, education, religion, and health. Activating minds, intellectual wealth. It's about developing, knowing, and growing. Effectively hosting. Messages flowing. WBOK with courage and guts. 1230 on your dial, removing the ruts. Interviewing guests, wisdom to spare, initiating facts committed to share, talking posture, position, or other, multiple topics, so much to discover, dismissers of crime, mentally astute, listeners calling in, anxious to produce, initiating facts, making them plain, deleting regression to gain and maintain, reaching and teaching, education profound, music included, enjoying the sounds, initiating facts, paving the way, initiating facts, WBOK.
WBOK 1230 AM. Talking back, talking black.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. The Good Life Radio Show is brought to you by Morris Reed Jr. If you have been hit in a car accident or charged with a crime, make sure you go online right now at morrisreedjr.net. The Morris Reed Jr. Law Firm is a full-service law firm that fights vigorously to get you the money you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or you've been charged with a crime, make sure you reach out online to morrisreedjr.net. Yeah, because you will not be in debt. Make sure you let their highly experienced, qualified attorneys provide you with expert legal help today. Go online right now, morrisreedjr.net, 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 because that is the good life.
.net, no debt.
You know what? I'm going to have to call him. Mo, shout out to you. We just have a new tagline for you. .net, no debt. See what happens when you hook up with the Good Life?
That's right.
Make sure. We have Bobby Clark Alexander on the line from the ATL. Good morning, Bobby. How are you?
Good morning. I am great. Hi, Bashan. I don't know if the doc is in, but hi, everybody.
The doc is in Baton Rouge this morning, so we let him go be our health ambassador for New Orleans. Yeah. You know, he likes to do that and deliver the good life wherever he goes because that is the good life. But you know what is the good life?
What's the good life?
Being able to accept a compliment. You're laughing. And you're laughing because, well, see, Bashan's Bobby and I had this conversation, a little bit of this conversation this morning, because I don't know if people know that the good life is really the life that we're all living. We really talk about stuff that we do and stuff that affects us every day. And so I've had a couple people bring this to my attention that I don't take a compliment very well. And I started doing my little research. I like to read. Y'all know that about me, and I hope y'all become readers as well. It's good for the mind. It's good for the soul. Anyway, it says, a little bit about you. And I think it's because, a little bit how society has molded us as to us not being able to take compliments. If someone gives me a compliment, I generally physically feel I feel the need to say something back, or oh my gosh, I like your hair. Oh really? I didn't even, that was a bad hair day. I didn't, you have something that you're laughing, but I'm telling the truth. And Bashans, I'm sure you've had, these things. It's not just a female thing, it's a male thing as well. Like, what is it about us that we don't know how to take compliment? Why can't we just say thank you?
Because we hear so much negativity all the time. So it's like when you, I guess when you finally get that compliment, you don't know how to take it. So, the negativity is all around us all the time. So all you hear is this, you might, talk about your hair. You might hear somebody say something negative about your hair or something like that.
Never.
And well,
I'm just playing.
Well, no, I mean, but something. But I think that's from my point of view that is one reason why a lot of people can't take compliments too well, or it could be some other things. I don't know, but yeah.
Bobby, your life coach point of view.
Yes, actually, besides that's really good. Insight on that, but what I find common is a lot of it has to do with our cultural upbringing, and also being in religious circles. They told us from children, let someone else compliment you. Don't pat your own self on the back. And why can't I be cute without affecting what someone else thinks about themselves? But that's how I was brought up. Let someone else give you a compliment. If someone says, oh, you look so cute, I was like, thank you. I know, isn't it cute? I'm agreeing with them, okay? But it's like I was told when I was coming up, oh, no, you need to, don't just be so high-mighty. And high-minded, I'm thinking, well, it is cute. I looked in the mirror before I left home, and it looked cute to me, too. So it has a lot to do with other people's feelings or what they think about you, and that's why I think we're so messed up now in our society, because we're always worried about what someone else thinks. What about you? What about your mindset?
And it's an article in Psychology Today, and it says it doesn't matter if we have high or low self-esteem. Both types of persons simply have difficulty owning their awesomeness. They said, according to a social psychologist, Laura Brannon, people who have high self-esteem may reject compliments because they want to seem modest and seriously, they said modesty, the ubiquitous cultural and religious culprit behind society's obsession with cultivating demure, submissive, and complainant people, has been inculcated with most people from a very early age. So like that humbleness, and it's wonderful to be humble, but you also need to be able to, appreciate your accomplishments, because if you never feel good enough, we have a whole nother problem there.
Exactly. I mean, it's one thing to the other. It's just, like you said, I have to buckle down and bow down because I'm concerned about everybody else except me. It has nothing to do with that. You can feel good about Bashan, and you can feel good about Eileen, and it's okay. Society makes us think that it's not okay. It's when you're boastful all the time, and you have underlying motives, when you're saying, how good you do stuff or something like that. But it's okay to take a compliment. And I know one time in my life I began to dumb it down because people would say, you enter a room and it shifts the room. Okay, it's who I am, and I can't do anything about that. So people started making me feel bad about that.
Isn't that crazy? And
I'm just saying.
No. Bobby, you know we're on the same page right now. And then, your first, at least my first response when in the same situation was, okay, well, I'm going to, take it, how do you take yourself down a notch? No, but people really do that.
You're not being you.
Yeah. And then you're not being who you are.
You're being who you're told to be. You're going to do who someone else thinks that you should be because of where they are.
Exactly.
It's nonsense. And we have to stop the foolishness, okay? And that's where our kids are having issues. We have children that cut up at home, at school, but when it's time to raise the standard and speak up, that's the moment that they don't, because they're so accustomed to being dealt with in a certain way that when it's time to rise to the occasion, they can't.
Exactly.
Because of our discipline measures and how we deal with them.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to give you a funny story that Bashan does not know I'm going to bring up because it's a funny story about him. Well, and I heard this, while at the, what do you call your place? The dojo? What do you call it?
Yeah, gym, dojo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be, have Tiger
all technical.
All technical. So Bashan's, wait, I know you don't like to talk about yourself, but can you give us all of the, your belts and stuff? So people actually know he just doesn't, run a Tiger Rock Nola martial arts. He's like the man, but he won't tell you he's the man. But I'm going to please usher him to tell you how much of the man he is. So Bashan's, what type of belts do you have?
I'm a 6th degree black belt in Taekwondo and
6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6. That means when I'm with him, do not mess with me.
So that's a master level black belt in our organization, and also a certified jiu-jitsu martial artist. And
jiu-jitsu is the one that really
Brazilian jiu-jitsu and a couple of things.
A couple other things.
I don't really
You're not
going to
tell us?
No, I mean.
Why? See, he can't take a compliment. But I go exactly. Perfect example. And I say all of this to say because Bashan's is a very humble man. Mm-hmm. So he was at an event and you were in the event, but this was a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And he kicked someone. They were doing their little thing and he kicked the man so effectively that he flew across the room. You're laughing. But the guy, I would not want to go against you ever in life. The man flew across the room. Flew, pew. Yeah. And so it's it's funny around the dojo because, they talk about it and they were like, man, y'all should have been there. Y'all should have seen this. But you would never hear this story coming from his mouth.
Right.
And he stopped entering stuff after that, right?
Well, that was my last tournament. It just happened to be my last competition that happened. So, I'm not allowed to compete anymore. Not because of that, but just because
but at
the level I'm in, I cannot compete anymore. But
wow.
Yeah,
And so you have to get to your kind, and Bashan, you're gonna have to find where the eagles are that soar at the altitude that you do. So it's time to now get into some new circles.
That's
but
right.
See, that's. It's a funny story, but sometimes you need to hear stories like that to recognize how it, affects your life. So if you're at a point where, everyone around you is maybe not at your level and, they're pushing you to be able to dumb yourself down, and not be the person that you are, we need to take a look around.
Yeah.
Because we need to be able to take those compliments and to move to the next level. Go ahead, Bobby.
Let me give you guys a tip on that in the listening audience. Never be the smartest person in your circle. If you're the smartest person in your circle, then you are ways and streams behind because you need to be in circles that you're not the smartest one. You need to get around people that know more than what you know.
Right.
So if you spend too much time in circles where you're the smartest one, then you're cheating yourself.
Exactly. I'm creating new circles right now.
Same thing going back to financial wise too. If you're the most successused person in your circle, then you're in the wrong circle.
Yes, you are. You're so right.
I used to teach this guy's daughter. He's a friend of mine now, but one of the things he's a successful business person, and one thing he always tells me, he used to tell me, is that he talks to a millionaire every day. No, I'm sorry, a billionaire every day.
With a B.
With a B.
Yeah.
It's not that he's good friends with him, but he calls him just because of the fact that this guy has more money than he does.
Yes.
And he wants to be at that level. So I said, well, guess what? Well, you're going to be my person I want to talk to on a regular basis because you have more money than I do.
Yeah.
So I want to be at that level too. So you got to, find that one person that's doing better than you so you can figure out how, it just, the fact that
you get there.
Yeah. And the fact that you just talk to them is a big step because it might be just one specific thing that they say that comes out of their mouth that
it's always something
it's
that
always
they can
something
say because they've already been where you are
Exactly.
and trying to get to, so it's always something.
Yeah.
So it's the value, their value, and I think a lot of times we don't understand
Take
the
it for granted.
value of being around certain people.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we want you all to open your mind to living differently in the world. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about self-acceptance. It goes right along with this conversation.
Yeah.
Self-acceptance. How many of us actually accept who we are? That's a tough one, y'all. This is Wellness Wednesday. Open your mind. We'll be right back.
Tune in to Up to Date here on WBOK 1230 AM. Up to Date is a daily show that covers the day's top events and how they affect you. I'm John Slade, and I'll be your host for Up to Date, airing Monday through Friday at noon on WBOK 1230 AM. Real talk for real times.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
L&R Security keeps our family, friends, and event goers safe. And to do that job, they are looking for you. L&R Security Services is now hiring persons for the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, armed and unarmed guards. All interested persons should contact L&R Security Office at 504-943-3191. Fill out an application at L&R's office at 3930 Old Gentilly Road. That's New Orleans, Louisiana. To become one of the proud workers of L&R Security, the minimum requirements are 18 years of age, a completed work application, and criminal background check, 2 forms of ID, whether it be a driver's license, state ID, military ID, social security card, or other forms of picture ID. L&R Security is looking for qualified employees to assist in keeping the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival safe. They are looking for you. Again, contact them at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191. L&R is always looking for armed and unarmed guards. If this is your profession, they're looking for you.
Gentilly Italian Pie is home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentilly Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentilly Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax. Have a drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentilly Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Marabout for the $5 Family Happy Hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentilly Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Marabout in Gentilly.
Hi, this is Norman Robinson. New Orleans East Hospital is open and providing quality health care in your neighborhood. The New Orleans East Hospital is bringing our finest physicians into a beautiful new facility where you receive compassionate caring service. Emergency room services at New Orleans East Hospital are some of the best in the region. To learn more, visit our website at noehospital.org. Your health matters to us at New Orleans East Hospital.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are back on Wellness Wednesday here on The Good Life, and y'all know what The Good Life is? The Good Life is being at the Hyatt Regency on April 21st. That is a Thursday at 11 a.m. The New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce has announced its 2016 annual meeting. Make sure you are there. They will have two keynote speakers of Senator Karen Carter Peterson and State Representative Walt Leger. Make sure you register today at norbchamber.org. norbchamber.org. There is an early bird special of 10% off sponsorship packages when you register before March 31st. Yeah, look at your watch. You got 1 day left. March 31st, make sure that you live the good life and you are in the building. They're going to be discussing the budget crisis and how it affects our community and our businesses. So make sure you are there on Thursday, April 21st. 11:30 a.m. The New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce will have its 2016 annual meeting. Make sure you are there because that is the good life. So once again, the website is norbchamber.org, norbchamber.org. So make sure you do that because that is the good life. I want to see each and every one of you there. Now, we are back on the line with Bobby Clark Alexander from the ATL. We were getting into a big conversation that I want to kind of continue because self-acceptance is something that so many of us have a little bit of a problem with. So here on Wellness Wednesday, we like to, open your mind to living differently in the world, mind, body, and soul. And so self-acceptance is an invitation to stop trying to change yourself into the person that you wish to be. And I don't mean like, if you have an anger problem or things like that. I'm talking about the fundamental person that you are, trying to change who you are to find out who you are. Do you accept yourself as who you are? It's a simple question that many people find difficult to answer. And at the deepest level, self-acceptance is either complete or not at all. But for most, yes/no feels too limited because you worry about all the things that you would like to change about yourself. So, I want y'all to take a moment through this conversation and think about it. Do I really accept myself for who I am? Bobby, how hard is this for some people?
It's really hard, and I hate to keep going back to this, but when you've grown up in the church, that's what you know. Mm-hmm. And I find that it was really hard being who I am in the church. It's like there's this look and persona. You're supposed to have this look of Christendom or this sound. And if you sound any different than that, then it's unacceptable. And so I'm going to cross that over into the secular arena. A lot of times when people think that there's a certain look or a certain sound, they make you feel like the way you're doing it is wrong, whereas you have your own edge. No one can do it like Eileen. No one can do it like Bashan or Bobby or Doc because we have been made in such a unique way that we have to learn to start appreciating ourselves, and then others will. Just be who you be.
Right.
Stop letting people provoke you that what you're doing and how you're doing it is wrong. Well, no, this is the way I do it. That doesn't mean it's wrong because you don't accept it or whatever. This is who I am.
Exactly. And it's really funny because true self-acceptance is motivated by the possibility of knowing what your true essence is. And it's funny, how many times have, you been into a job interview, or you're meeting someone for the first time, or, whatever the situation may be, and they're like, well, who are you? What's the most authentic thing about yourself? List me some things that are who you are. And I don't mean like I'm a radio host. I don't mean, being like, who are you? Who are you really? Do you, like, if you had to, fill out, I don't want to say a dating, a dating piece, but let's just say, and they said, describe yourself to someone else. What would you put in there?
I mean, literally, yeah.
And how many of us would sit there with a blank stare looking at the computer?
Asking that or?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I right off the back, I'm very energetic. I'm very versatile. I am ready to just go with it, make it happen. I mean, that's just who I am. But you know what? That is why so many big deals are made on the golf course. Because people with big money, Bashan, they don't want your office look, view, sound. They want to know who you really are. So they get you in a place to get your guard down. And that's on the golf course. The guys kicking around, shooting the bull, blah, blah, blah. And then they get to see who you really are. Am I going to cut a deal with this man without knowing, with big money involved, without knowing who he really is? That's why, big deals are made on the golf course. And they want to know who you are.
And see, Bob, you don't even know what you did just now, because I'm going to shout out the Bluffs one more time. The Bluffs in St. Francisville, y'all, it is an amazing Arnold Palmer golf course, and they are having their first annual showcase in St. Francisville, Louisiana, this Sunday, April 3rd, between 10 and 4 p.m. So make sure you go out there, because that is the good life. Because we're talking about, business deals, and they're made on the golf course, and that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And it's knowing that, and when you know things, you can put yourself in positions to take advantage of things, right?
Absolutely.
And so if we know who we are,
do the tease, get the girls together. That's how you're gonna know who they are. Get them down, calm them down.
So if we know who we are, we can take advantage of our strengths, and then we can be better people. And that's opening our mind to living differently in the world. And that's what it's all about. Because, for self-acceptance, we're talking about that. How many people would really have trouble writing down 100 words about themselves?
A lot of people.
I challenge everybody today to write 100 words about who you are. 100 words. We're supposed to be, at this age, we're supposed to be able to pop that out. How many people would have, trouble writing 100 words about who you are? And I don't mean, a title. I mean who you are at your core and at your essence. How do you practice self-kindness towards yourself? Do you take care of yourself? Do you love yourself? Are you accepting of who you are? A lot of times that's, one way that you can see if you're loving yourself and you're accepting yourself. Are you judging yourself? We are our own worst critic.
All the time.
And if we could get out of our own heads.
I have a problem writing 100 words, Eileen.
You're having a problem, huh? I know you are. I know you are. Because I did. I was like 100 words about myself. Most people, we were talking about taking a compliment, earlier. Most people, it's hard for us to say something positive about ourselves.
I love me. I love how God made me. I'm glad God made me a woman. I'm really in touch with who I am, but it came over a period of time. I know someone's listening probably saying, well, that's her. Okay, I'm not there. It wasn't always like that. I know a little girl in grade school, kids are cruel.
Right.
I was picked on and told ugly things, but when I went home, my mom and my grandmother always told me how beautiful I was. And, you got to have an environment that is conducive to helping you grow into that little individual, that little individual turns into that big adult that may have not gotten what they needed. And so that's why a lot of people are having some issues. And so get with people who celebrate you and not tolerate you. I know I'm going off
hello.
the rails, but I didn't mean
No.
to.
Say that again. Get with people who celebrate you and don't tolerate you. That's a big statement right there. And sometimes we need a little help. Sometimes we need someone to love us so that we can see that we're lovable.
Yeah, that's so simple. You got to, but when you're not around people who appreciate and love who you are, you're not gonna get that. And so you have to know in yourself, but you have to put yourself in those type environments. You really do.
Absolutely, because the more you judge yourself, the less you see who you really are. The habit of self-judgment causes us to belittle ourselves, to criticize ourselves, to literally punish ourselves and treat ourselves without kindness. And the most powerful way to undo these things is through kindness and forgiveness, which restores awareness to our innate goodness. We're all good, but how many times do we literally need to forgive ourselves for something? Maybe you didn't finish college. Maybe you didn't get that job you wanted. Maybe you didn't make as much you wanted in a certain amount of time. Maybe you weren't able to, make all of your child's 16 of their games, but you made 12. Forgive yourself. But you know what I mean? You just have to be a little bit more, a little bit more, giving of yourself and loving of yourself, because self-acceptance is going to open up your mind to so many other things. Bobby?
It's like embrace yourself. It's like for you, Eileen, when you get in a place, some type of social function, a gathering, whatever, you are like a social butterfly. You make that room from one corner to the next. I love it. I love to see you at work, and it makes me happy, and it makes me smile because I see she's being who she be. You love people.
I do. I like to talk. Have y'all noticed?
She can make a room in 10 minutes.
Me?
And have everyone smiling from ear to ear. Okay, you have to embrace that. You have to say, this is just who I am. People who have problems or issues or withdrawal, I'm sorry for them, but it's not going to make me not be who I am.
Exactly, and it's funny because, I'm sitting here listening to you, and I'm trying to see myself through your eyes. Because for me, I'm like, oh, that's just something I do. But, when you're greeting somebody and you're really listening to them and you're actively listening to them, you're showing that compassion and that love, and you're showing, that you care.
Oh, yeah. You make the room. I'll sit down at that first table and just watch her make the room and to smile and see how she actually changed the lives of people. When she hit each table, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, thank you so much, Bobby. Look, I'm able to take a compliment this morning. Thank you so much.
See, that was the goal there. Let's see how she's going to handle this.
Were you putting me on the spot? I know you were. But y'all, that's exactly what it's all about. We want to see ourselves through our eyes of love, which is very difficult sometimes. And if you're like most people, you know exactly what you don't love about yourself. And you're vague and uncertain about the ways that you do love yourself. For example, you could easily write a list of the things that you don't like about your body or, yourself. But I want you to sit down and write a list about the things that you love about yourself. I'm going to put on there that, Bobby says I'm a people person. You know what? I'm a people person.
Yeah.
I want everyone today, that's our challenge for today for Wellness Wednesday. I want to open your mind to living differently in the world. I want you to make a list about the things that you love about yourself.
Now, that's a great assignment right there. I'm actually going to do that. I have to fly out in a day, but I'm going to probably do that on a plane because of the atmosphere that I'm going to be in. And so that's a great assignment. You don't know what you just said, and I hope the listening audience does the same, because embrace your gift. Embrace who you are made to be. Love you. It's embracing, Eileen. People do not embrace who they are. They just go, yeah, well, I'm like that. Okay. But embrace it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, on Wellness Wednesday, throughout, that's what the good life is all about. It's about opening your mind and living differently in the world. And when you love yourself, you're able to fill yourself with a different type of love, and you're able to give a different level of love, because you can't give love if you don't know what it is.
Right, and you can celebrate others. That's the other thing. You got to learn how to celebrate other people. I don't understand how people roll up when something great happens for someone. I'm jumping up and down like it's me.
Right.
My turn's coming. I'm glad to see someone's life evolving. You know, you're happy for other people, but miserable people are never excited for someone else. You need to regroup. Look at yourself. Do you celebrate others? That's a problem. That means you're not happy with who you are.
And when you're not happy with who you are?
You're not happy with who you are, and you need to begin to identify, well, who in the world am I?
Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. When you don't, exactly. You can't identify with who you are. So that's what today is all about. We're talking about self-acceptance. We're talking about opening your mind. We're talking about taking those little steps, to really understand who are you? Who are you?
Right, right.
So that's what we're going to figure out today on Wellness Wednesday. We're going to open your mind to living differently in the world. We're going to find out who we are. So the challenge for today is to write a list about all the things you love yourself. And I don't mean like a 2-point list. I mean a 10-point list. We're going to come up with 10 things. Bobby, I'm going to do that. I'm going to call you back and we're going to talk about it. How about that? And I'm going to put this full list. It's a list of 10 things that you can do to open your mind and how self-acceptance can literally crack open your life. So I'm going to put this list on our social media page on Facebook and Twitter. So make sure you follow us there at TGL Radio Show on Twitter and The Good Life Radio Show on Facebook. It'll be there. Give me a minute. This is The Good Life, y'all. I'm out.